I can really say is that I didn't notice the problem while saving the drawings, the same way a person could fail to notice any element of any drawing if they were careless or inattentive or distracted.
Stop the cap! Stop the cap right now! Stop the cap!
First thing I met was a fly with a buzz and the sky with no clouds. The heat was hot and the ground was dry, but the air was full of sound. I've been through the desert on a horse with no name.
Oh, hey! Hello. I didn't see you there. What are you doing here in the middle of the desert? Whatever, I don't care. It's nice to talk to somebody. I'm only like a month late to this story. New fucking record as far as I'm concerned. In case you weren't aware, my channel was deleted on YouTube for a bullshit reason. I got it back, obviously, and I wanted to rant about it, but I didn't end up doing that. I just saw it as pointless, and it would probably make YouTube want to take me down again, because I was fuming mad after that happened. I'll maybe talk about it some other time if you really care, but then something else became major news, and it involved a YouTuber that I've liked for a while now. In case you don't follow leftist streamer YouTube, they've been taking L after L as of late. Hassan Piker apparently thinks the idea of cops getting shot is funny. That is, if he's even there to react to a video in the first place. I swear, I've seen more of this man's chair than I have of him. And apparently, Mr. Socialism doesn't like paying people a fair wage. Very dedicated to what you preach, eh, Piker? So Hassan is basically Joseph Stalin reincarnated, only that might be inaccurate, because I don't think Joseph Stalin simped for terrorists like Hassan does. So I am very sorry. I would like to apologize to Joseph Stalin's corpse. I apologize for comparing you to Hassan Piker. But anyway, we're not here to talk about those dipshits. We're here for Horse Boy, of course. Ooh, I've got a lot of colorful language I want to throw at you, but I don't want to get yeeted off of YouTube again. You're lucky this time, Horse Boy. So, if this drama missed you completely, it's a lot to summarize, and my proof is going to be a little bit on the lighter end. I instead want to just direct you to a video by Willie Mac Show. He explained all the drama and provided receipts better than I ever could. So if you want to better understand what I'm talking about here, I encourage you to watch that video. It's very good. Basically what happened was, Vaush was caught with a little bit of the cheese pizza, and no, I don't mean pizza. A little CP, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that about sums it up. He accidentally flashed like a porn folder on stream one day, and judging by his reaction, you would think he accidentally lit the drapes on fire. He was fucking scared. And judging by the shit that I saw, judging by the shit that I looked for evidence of what the fuck that was, he had reason to be fucking afraid. The images in Vaush's folder were spread everywhere on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck we're calling it now. When I first heard about this drama, I mean, I was taken back when I first heard this shit. No way, no fucking way, I told myself. This had to be bullshit. Vaush? Not Vaush, bro. No fucking way, no, I refuse to believe that, no way. But it only took me the barest amount of research and the barest amount of looking on Twitter to find out that, oh god, oh my god, he really did it. He really did. This dude is fucking guilty. Holy shit, this dude is guilty. Good god. What the actual fuck? You have to be kidding me. Vaush? Him? You had this on your computer? You had this on your fucking computer? I'm getting mad. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. I'm getting mad. Okay. If I must give you a general idea of what these images were, well, it depicts a horse, okay? It depicts a horse with an enormous dick. I wish I was joking here. It was a horse with a giant dick, fucking what looks to be underage girls. Now I know all the excuses. It's anime, bro. Of course they look young. They just look young. It's the fucking art style. No. Excuse me. Please, with all due respect, shut the fuck up. This is the same bullshit excuse used by lolly enthusiasts. You know, Vaush himself would have tore somebody apart for using this excuse. It's literally the cliche 1,000-year-old vampire who just so happens to look like a 13-year-old. Don't even start with that, okay? No. even if I were to give him the biggest possible benefit of the doubt here, which, let me remind you, I have every reason to do. I have every reason to jump in front of a train for this motherfucker because I was a fan of this guy. I was not only a fan, I was a trans woman who saw this guy as one of the few people who stood up for the trans community when everybody else was taking turns taking shits all over it. I have every reason in the universe to defend this motherfucker. But I'm not. And that alone should say a lot to you. So, more context, Vaush released an hour and 40-minute video trying to explain this shithole of a situation. And right off the bat, something feels very wrong. For instance, why the hell is this video nearly 2 hours long? Dude, this is supposed to be the video that explains why you had, lolly shit on your folder. Why the hell is this video longer than a Lord of the Rings theatrical release? You don't need 2 fucking hours to explain this drama. That's the first red flag. The second red flag is the fact that this context video was released like anywhere from 3 days to about a week after the drama started. Why is that weird, you might ask? Well, that obviously means he had to put a lot of thought into this response. A lot of thought. Well, yeah, he needed a lot of time to respond. Maybe you're right. Or he's trying to come up with a good narrative to push. If you ask me, that's a big giveaway. He's trying to craft the perfect narrative to cover his own ass. If you still think I'm being unfair, consider this. Vaush has a reputation for being brutally honest and being willing to talk to anybody. He's a master at crafting arguments. Most of the time. Look, the reason I liked this guy was that he was blunt and he's not afraid of having honest conversations. So when I was seeing him do this shit, it comes off to me like he's trying to cover his own ass because he knew damn well that he did something wrong. This is not the type of behavior that's consistent with the Vaush that I'm familiar with. The third and final red flag, as if we needed more nails for this coffin, came within the first minute of watching this video, which I'm going to show you now.
So this is a video I probably should have made a long time ago. There are 2 main reasons why I haven't. For one, everything we're about to talk about has been discussed over and over and over again on this channel, in live streams and in videos. Some of it has been discussed to death. Over engagement with the topic has caused it to have a disproportionate influence both on my community and on the way people outside of my community perceive me and my channel. The second main reason I've been hesitant to make this video is because experience has taught me that, generally speaking, if folks want to hate you or distrust you or whatever else, it's pretty difficult to convince them otherwise. Sometimes, if you're unpopular enough, even if you've got a good point to make, just the attempt to change people's minds can come across as kind of self-incriminating. You actually ground them further in the positions they already have. It's one of those deals where the people who need to hear it won't listen, and the people who will listen don't need to hear it again. Let's get right to it then. Let's not waste time. What am I actually talking about?
I can only describe this section as a transparent attempt to push a narrative. In this minute or two, he's done nothing but point out that a lot of people lie about him and want to paint him as, a diaper sniffer, if you know what I'm saying. Which, granted, he isn't wrong about. But it really comes off to me like he's trying to use that to get out of the shit creek he found himself in. This is within the first minute or two. The first minute or two is what sets the tone for the rest of the video, which, let me remind you, is an hour and 40 minutes long. And after I watched that bit of it, it only got worse. The fourth red flag I came across is him not even mentioning the infamous to be sorted folder until an hour into this video. An hour, 8 minutes into this hour and 40-minute videos, he actually addresses the drama. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not fucking suspicious at all. Once you actually get to that point in the video, once he's done chatting a bunch of shit, he says this. Now, before I show you the clip, I want everybody to pay very close attention to the word choice when he's talking about this situation. Pay very close attention to what he's saying.
by the next day, I had learned from what felt like the entire goddamn internet that 2 of the images in my folder preview window were actually from a well-known lolicon artist, and therefore definitely intended to be lolly shit, which has to be the worst possible way to find out about that sort of thing. Now, obviously, the accusation here isn't just that I had those images saved. That part's true, not really an accusation, but also that I must have known that they were lolicon and saved them because they were lolicon. Now, the obvious and predictable, but nonetheless true response from me is that no, I didn't know that, and that must not have been the impression I got from those 2 drawings, because if I had gotten that impression, then I wouldn't have saved them.
Did you catch it? Just in case you didn't, here you go. The obvious and predictable, but nonetheless true response. Remember, this video is edited and scripted, which means he thought of this before and let it stay in. So this had a purpose. And that purpose was to subtly, very, very subtly push you to the conclusion he wants you to make. If you were really telling, I'm sorry, but if you're really telling the truth, you wouldn't need a million pre-qualifiers like that. Think about it. If somebody said that to you, would you not immediately assume that whatever they said after that was a fucking lie? Who talks like that? See, the obvious and predictable, nonetheless true, nobody talks like that. Unless they're trying to lie to you. And the substance of what he's going on about is that he doesn't know this person was a lolicon artist. He honestly didn't, guys. He didn't know there was a lolicon artist. I mean, he sounds so frickin' shifty when explaining this. People who don't like me will say this. Chad was making jokes about this. Everyone else was saying this. This person said this, and that person said that. Look, I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. Nobody can prove what you were thinking at this time. Nobody can prove that. That is unfalsifiable. But I don't care, because I don't buy this excuse. It sounds way too fucking flimsy. And even worse, considering this is the best you can come up with a week after the drama. Now that I think about it, I know why it took him an hour to get to this point. I have a theory. Not a game theory. I have a theory that he did this intentionally. Think about it. That was the reason everyone was calling him a pedophile. It wasn't for any of this other shit. Everybody knew about the other shit. Nobody cared about that. What really people started calling him a pedophile was the fucking folder, right? Wouldn't it make the most sense, ponder this for a second, wouldn't it make the most sense if he were to just address that first and foremost and put all the secondary bullshit that nobody cares about behind him? Yeah, that makes perfect sense. But he didn't do that. And there's a good reason. Before addressing the folder, he was going on and on about all the dumb shit he said previously, saying shit about how dumb he was and all the dumb argument shit he said. Now, if you ask me, he's doing this to make you think he's just some doofus, and he's not capable of doing all the nasty shit he's been accused of.
And I thought, maybe, in a way, this fuck-up would come across kind of charming. That's my streamer, that fucking idiot right there.
What?
My community was already making a big joke of it by the time I went live again. Of course, I knew as soon as the folder opened on stream that it would be pretty easy for people to lie about what it contained, to stir up drama or cause me trouble or for any other reason. So when later on in that stream, 1 or 2 people came to chat and they said, hey, there was lolly in there, I figured they were just causing trouble and I banned them.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
I think it's very much deliberate. He's making himself look like he's a dumb idiot on purpose to convince you that he's not as bad as you might think. I'm very fucking convinced this was on purpose. Feel free to try and prove me wrong. I don't think you will. Oh, and just in case you can somehow excuse all of the shit up to now, let's say that I'm the one who's being unfair here, and this is like nowhere near as bad as I'm claiming. Well then, I would love to ask you this question. How do you explain the Poppy situation?
Here's the girl Poppy that was the victim. After I blocked him for trying to groom me, when I was going through a traumatic experience as an autistic young person, he told me he wanted to prolapse my anus and R-word me for months on end. Did not stop until mods got involved, and he never apologized.
Jesus.
This comes from Vaush himself, talking about Poppy when this whole thing was going on. And I encourage you guys all again to read the logs. He says, should I at Poppy and DGG and tell her I'm onto her shit? This person said, no, what the fuck? Person says, what does that do for you? Might scare her into shutting up.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
And how exactly does Vaush explain this situation? These are pretty damn serious accusations. Like, those are like absolutely horrible. How does he explain that? Well, he doesn't. In Vaush's context video, he addresses leaked messages on Discord, the ones about scaring this girl into silence, never addressed once, even though those are like hugely fucking serious. And a lot of the ones he's talking about were so stripped of context and nobody with any kind of good faith would ever use. So it's just, it seems like misdirection. It really comes off like misdirection to me. But, you know, the one where he joked about a minor fucking a hot teacher was hot, you know, that was in there. Why? I don't fucking know. For some reason, he thought that would help his case some fucking how. I still don't know why that's there. I wonder why there was no mention of this Poppy situation, because this thing is pretty fucking serious and paints him as an absolute fucking monster. But he's like, nothing about that. And that was brought up by Ethan, you know, a reasonably big figure, H3. He's fucking bringing it up. And nothing from Vaush. That is sus as fuck. I'm sorry. There's no way you could put it. That is sus as fuck. You know, it's almost like, he did something wrong. Perish the thought. I heard him talk about, you know, now that I'm going through all of the stuff I remember him saying, I remember him vaguely talking about it on other streams, and really, more or less the way he put it was he was just being cringy and creepy towards a girl, but little did I know, like, why he was so vague about it. And now I know. And yeah, he had good reason to never go into detail about that. Good fucking God. I supported this guy. Good fucking... No, there's no fucking excuse. I don't give a shit if you were some weird, edgy, like, fucking person back then. There is no, that does not excuse this. That absolutely does not excuse this fucking shit. Hey, JD, I think we need a sentence for our boy Vaush. What should we sentence him to? Wood chipper! Wood chipper it is. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the last straw for me. I don't want to look at this motherfucker ever again. The fact that this was a person I agreed with a lot of the time really just disgusts me. He's very good at making arguments. He's not dumb, which is why I don't buy his bullshit excuses that he just didn't know. I don't buy it. I don't buy it in the fucking slightest, and you shouldn't either. I know he isn't dumb. I know for a fact he isn't stupid. And that makes it worse. That makes the situation so much worse. And to anyone who still wants to make excuses in the comments section, to the people who are typing that right now, I'll just tell you one last time. He's lying to you. He's manipulating you. He's taking you for a fucking sucker and you fell for it. Don't. I'm being serious. Don't defend him. Don't let him lie to you. You're better than that. Trust me. The last thing the online left should do is die on a hill to defend this absolute goblin, absolute fucking goblin. I want to say more, but yeah, YouTube won't let me, so. Although I do sense that there won't be a lot of Vaush fanboys jumping to his defense, given that he's still massively bleeding subscribers a month later. I think that says everything that needs to be said. Well, I could go on, but I've said enough already. Fuck this dude. I can't even look at him anymore. There's no way in hell I could pretend like nothing happened here. Now that I know the truth, I cannot fucking ignore it anymore. Absolute fucking train wreck this was. Betrayal is all I can say. Fucking betrayal. This is not a betrayal I was expecting. Sorry this video was so short, but I'm trying to slowly get myself into making YouTube content again, and this is a rant that's been on the back burner for like a week now. I want to make something short and sweet instead of like long and drawn out like I normally do. Maybe you guys like that. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Let me know if it was good or not. I'm happy that my YouTube channel is restored here, and I'm more than happy to try my best to entertain you all. I'm Karina McDaniels, 7th Circle of Hell, Master of Space and Time, everybody's favorite devil, and I'll see you all next time.
Such a time of space.